G'day YouTube, Down to Bricks here. Today I thought I'd just do an update on our Lego room or Lego rooms. Now about 6 or 7 months ago I did do a video showing our new Lego room. So just wanted to do an update to show you what progress we've made and basically really just have a chat about what the plans are for the future. So I'm going to start out here in our sunroom where we keep a lot of our sets, our city, the western town and the like. So you guys have seen my Lego collection video, so you know what is out in this room. So it's not really about the Lego itself, but about the room and the plans for the future. Now straight off the bat I have to say, since starting my YouTube channel I haven't actually done a whole lot to the rooms. It really has taken up a lot of my time. I'm having a lot of fun with YouTube, so that has taken up a lot of my time, but I really do need to start making some progress so I can keep building and have somewhere to house our Lego. So the main change excuse me, the main change in this room is that we have put up some blinds along these windows, and it's really just to add a little bit of protection to the Lego from sunlight. So that's all new. You may have seen those in city updates and some other videos. I have had them up for a while. And plans for this room, so down the end here of course is the western town. Now the western town will be moving from this spot. That cupboard will be staying where it is. Not sure what I'm actually going to put on top of that in the future, but the western town will definitely be moving, and I'll show you a little bit of the setup that I've got planned for that. Now as for the city itself, you guys, I know you really love your city updates. I would love to do more updates, but really the city is at much of a standstill at the moment. There's not a lot of progress being made at all. I am going to work on a special superheroes edition city update that will be coming in the future. But as for the plans for the city itself, and I have mentioned this before, so if I back up here, you can see that the city is over 2 tables. So we've got one there and one there. So the plan is for the future that this cupboard here and the freezer here, they will be getting moved and we'll be putting in a 3rd table. Now the hold up for that is this cupboard here is full of Lego, so I need to find somewhere to house that Lego so I can move that cupboard out of there. So I'll explain a little bit more for where I'm going to be moving some of these sets, and of course they're going to be going into the main Lego room. As for these tables, I have 4 of these heavy duty tables, and I really need to make better use of these. So I'm actually have started on the 4th table that I have, and what I'm going to do is these support bars that we have here, I'm actually going to cut those out because there's not a lot of weight on these tables. They're very heavy duty, so I'm going to look at cutting those bars out so I can actually use underneath for more display space. So you can see we've got, it's a bit of a dodgy setup at the moment, it's a little bit of a mess, but you can see it is a good area for displaying, but with the bars there it really sort of detracts from being able to clearly just look at the Lego. So I've started on fixing one of these tables up. That table that I'm working on now will actually go into the Lego room, and all the UCS sets that I have will be going onto that table. The table that I have my UCS sets on currently will then get redone. It's going to have the bars cut out, it's going to be painted up, some new boards put on, and just really tidy the whole thing up, and then that's when that will go into this spot here. I'm then going to have to break the city up and move half of it on to the new table, and then take this table out and do the same thing. And then again with the third one, that part of the city will have to move along, and then I'll do that table as well. So eventually they'll all get a bit of a facelift. The storage underneath will get tidied up, and I'm going to look at putting some curtaining material around the bottom just to tidy that up a little bit. And then I'm going to have some nice big display areas underneath these tables. What is going to go there, I hear you asking? No, nothing definite at this stage, but probably things like you quite often hear us talk about, my missus wants to build a Japanese scene, so that's probably going to be in one section. We've got all the winter village set, so that will be in another section. And I have always wanted to do a Hoth scene and a Tatooine scene, so that's probably what's going to go under those tables. And if we just move along down to the end of this room, this table here is pretty much where we do all our building. Now, I haven't done a lot of building out here of late because it's been winter and this room does get a little cool. So I've actually been building in the Lego room, but now things are warming up, we'll be back out here building again. So let's go now into the Lego room and check that out. Now, I do need to say here that there's no time frames for any of this. It's just going to be a continual work in progress. And from the very first video I did, I talked about these door surrounds. So you can see here that I still have not put any timber surrounds here. So yes, you can let me know in the comments. I have been slack, I know, but I'm definitely going to get that. I have got the timber there ready to make these up, so I'm going to get into that. I have had a little change of plans, so it was probably pretty good that I held off, because up the top here I'm actually going to put a piece of timber. Let me just come along here, it might be better to see. I'm going to put a piece of timber actually that's part of this surround, but it's actually going to overhang. So I'm not sure how far I'm going to come out, maybe I don't know, 200 mil, so not really sure, 8 inches or so, something like that. And then that way I'm actually going to, it'll be at the same height as that shelf up there, and it'll just be a continuation then along there. So just give me a little bit more display space up high. Always looking for new ideas of where I'm going to house sets. Now for the room itself, again, nothing's really changed. I have added quite a few of these cheap plastic tables, and I've really just bought these and put these in here just to help me with space to be able to lay out a display, especially the Avengers Tower. I have been working out here as well. I do use these benches for shooting videos as well, and that little pile there is my next haul video. So plans for this room, well actually let's go straight on to these tables set up down here. So this setup here is actually going to be my new Western Town layout. So very, very excited to be able to expand my Western Town. Again, it's not quite as big as initially when I thought about moving my town, my Western Town. I had plans to make this a little bigger, but I have to try and stay restrained to keep space for future projects. So this will be the new layout. So really looking forward to working on this. What I need to do first though, well, the wife's going to make up some, she's going to sew up some material that's just going to slip over those and just hide the leg. It'll be full down to the ground just to hide the legs, and that way I can put stuff underneath them and you won't see it, and I'll just tidy the whole thing up a bit. And now I'm just buying these plates, as you know from my hauls, and I'm just trying to work out exactly what I'm going to do here. This table here is 2 base plates here and 1 half plate, but it does overhang a little bit each side, but that's probably how I'll go with that, because if I take that out and bring them in, it's kind of a bit of wasted space on each side, so I'll probably have it overhanging a bit. And the bigger table along the back there, that actually fits 3 base plates wide, so it's really going to give me a lot more space for my western town, and I'll probably be able to have my fort on the outskirts going into the main town, and then over this side I'll probably have my Indian camp. So that's the plan. So let me know what you think about that idea. And if I just show you there, out there, that's my fish room. So I've got a big fish tank in there, and that is the table all the UCS sets are on. So when I finish the new table, that is going to go here. All the UCS sets will go here. That window, I'm actually going to board that window up, and on the back of the table I'll have shelving built onto the table, so my UCS sets will have all the shelving to go on, a tabletop, and then the shelf underneath as well. So I should be able to fit, well, I will be able to fit all the UCS sets on that table. I'm hoping to actually even have a little bit of extra space for future releases. Next to that table, that's going to stay empty for some time, so that will be this section here. That will probably be the area that I do most of my filming and that with. Eventually though, I will be building a new table again, so it'll be another big table. Those tables are roughly 1.2 by 2.4 meters, so a full sheet of ply. That's 4 foot by 8 foot. So I look at building another one there, and that will be eventually where I get to build some of my castle mocks. But that is definitely way down the track. And just one little thing I'd forgotten about is the curtain rod. So I have put some curtain rods up to each of these windows and the big window wall down the end there, and we have purchased some ready-made curtains. We actually got a really good deal on those, and we just have to cut these and shorten them up a little bit and then hang the rest of them. So we've got a bit of work to do on the curtains, but that is one little extra change from the last video. If we go over to this side here, I'm looking at putting some cupboards right down this side to house all my Lego sets. Now that is something I talked about in the very first video. I've actually had a design in mind to build those. I really like working with timber and building my own cabinets and that, so I've always wanted to do that. I've had a plan of what I've wanted to build, and that plan entailed having nice big glass sliding doors on some cupboards. Now I have priced that up recently, and it's looking at costing me for one cupboard that's going to be again 4 foot high, 8 foot long, with glass sliding doors, being safety glass. You know, I've got a young fella, so you always got to think about safety. So to put big glass safety doors on, I'm looking at well, let's put it this way, well over $1,000 for each cabinet, and I was hoping to put 1, 2, 3, and that's a whole lot of money for that. So I've really had to go back to the drawing board and rethink what I'm going to do there, and I've actually come up with an idea, and it's roughly going to cost me probably half of what those cupboards were. So that's going to be a lot better for my bank account and a lot better for future Lego buys. So what I'll do now is I'll just quickly show you one of those cupboards and what my plans are there. But the main thing that I wanted to do on the cupboards is have doors, because I have a lot of exposed Lego sets, and I do a lot of Lego cleaning, and if I can keep a good percentage of my sets in closed cupboards, that's going to save me a lot of cleaning time. So let's just go now and have a quick look at one of those cupboards and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, so here is one of the flat packed cupboards that I've purchased, and just to show you the size of it, so it's basically, if you want it in feet, that's 3 feet wide, it's 6 feet tall, and what's that, 409, that's about 16 inches deep. So this is just a relatively cheap flat packed cupboard. It's just in the whiteboard, and my plan for this is to just cut out in the door. I'm just going to cut a panel out in the door, router a little lip into it, and then actually insert a glass panel, so that way you will be able to see what's in there. Obviously it's going to have a frame, so it will be a little bit obscured, but hey, if you want to see what's in there, you can always open the cupboard up, but it will have some glass panels there anyway. But that is basically what's going to line the wall in the Lego room. So I'm thinking about, at this stage anyway, probably putting about 6 of these along the wall. So that's going to allow me to fit a lot of Lego in the Lego room. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a chat. Hope it didn't go on for too long, but that's my plans for the future. If you see anything here where you've got a good idea that I should have a look at, please leave it in the comments. I'm always open for suggestions with storing and displaying Lego. So thanks guys for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget, subscribe for more Lego, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.